What's up, YouTube? This is Nerfbutton from 8-Bit Co-op, and I want to thank you for joining me here today. As as you can tell, Warhammer Online is back up and running, and it's actually running really smoothly. There's been a couple of hiccups, but it's back and it's running, and we're happy about that. I was supposed to do this video a while ago, and when I decided to do it, yeah, I was in the middle of actually doing the video when the DDoS happened and everything, everything went to hell. So here I am back to do this video. Now you have to excuse me. I had surgery on my hand yesterday, on my finger, and I'm in a lot of pain. And I'm kind of drugged up right now, so I kind of ramble. I have a tendency to ramble when I'm taking narcotics. I don't like drugs. I don't like narcotics. I'm not a big drug person. But anyways, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about my character, my setup, but more importantly, my add-ons. I got a couple of people asked me what add-on I was using, and they wanted me to go into detail about some of my add-ons. So that's what we're going to do today. Okay, first off, I think we'll go ahead and take a look at my character. Not in the best of gear right now. I do have full ruin, but it's not, I mean, it's not the best. It's great for what I have now, because I haven't really, as you can see, where's my renown rank? My renown rank is somewhere. Hold on. Oh, duh. I'm only renown rank 24 because we didn't do PvP was so and then tier 3 was terrible when we were coming up. So we didn't do much at tier 3, and then we just focused on getting these characters to end game. But anyways, so I have the full ruin set with a lot of willpower. I have actually working on my third set of ruin gear, but I have a second set for DPS, and I'm gonna try something different with this one. I think for this set I'm gonna go probably initiative or something, weapon skill, and see how that works out for a actual combat, because this is more of a DPS, legitimate DPS. With this armor on and with fate, I actually do a pretty substantial amount of damage. I'm actually surprised, but my survivability is horrible. So I want to do a set where I hit a lot. I don't have to do necessarily a whole lot of damage, but I want my survivability up. So I want to do another collected other ruin set. But anyways, so this is the gear that I'm rocking right now. I chose this book because of the because Courage 9. I like that. That increases spiritual resistance. Not the one I probably would have picked for resistances, but it adds to the defense of another character, so it's a plus for me. And this one, I was gonna get the one from Dragonwake would have been better. It was another add heal one, but I wanted the toughness and initiative from this one. The willpower was really good, but I was lacking. You see, my initiative is low, my toughness is pretty low, and I was like, well, I want to kind of boost that up. I can replace with range and stuff, but then I lose a lot of willpower, so we don't want to do that. So, but this isn't really a check out my character here. We're gonna go ahead and get into the add-ons. All right. So let's go to custom UI. Mods and add-ons. These are the add-ons I'm running. Of course, some of the add-ons aren't didn't load in properly. They do have some errors, but I'm running lab config action bar color. I'm running advanced renown trainer, very good add-on. I'm on amethyst. I do love my amethyst and my amethyst bar. Anywhere trainer, another great add-on to have. The aura, it helps with when you're tracking enemies. It's seeing the aura right there, just a notification, so I know when things get crazy and there's a lot of people around who I'm actually hitting. Aura settings. Why is aura settings not on? I'll have to fix that later. Black box. I don't know why I have black box still on. Anyway. Oh yeah, it's for the okay. Black box is for when you die. That black bar that sits on your screen when you're waiting to res after you click yes resurrect. That's what that gets rid of. I have buff head, which I like buff head. I have to adjust buff head though, because when people get a lot of buffs and debuffs on them, it kind of starts to block out other characters' names and everything. So I'm gonna adjust that. I have compass on just because I like to know what direction I'm heading. And DPS meter. I really don't need DPS meter on this one, but I like it for my white line, so yeah, I keep it on. Enemy didn't load correctly. Enemy has a problem right now with the the marking. You can't join a channel. So this is what I got this for, was to mark targets. And with my wife, so when we play, we better coordinate it. And several members of the guild have it, but it's not working correctly. So, but I'm still going to keep it because there's a lot of other add-ons that I use with the enemy. I'll show you those in a second. But scroll down here, I have Jump Dunk, which is great for when I'm in town. Just one click, sell all your grays. I got my add-on buttons, change like icons and stuff. A lot of these things I have they recommended I set up. I don't really know what they do. This is for slash commands and stuff. So let's see, Nerf buttons. Nerf buttons is, I have to say, Buffhead and Nerf buttons are like my two favorite add-ons of all time. Nerf buttons. I'll show you Nerf buttons, but Nerf buttons is phenomenal for people. Oh, I love Nerf buttons. I'll just show you instead of talk about it. When you have Phantom, this is allows you to move a lot of the frames that you originally couldn't with the original UI. You got Potion Bar, which I don't really care about. I don't really use it on this character. My other character uses it, but this character, I don't even know where I have it at. Pure is my unit frames. Let me see if I could show you the. Yeah, this is my unit frames in Pure. I like to have my health in the middle of the screen, and then my targets right across from that, and then my group right here. I don't like having it way up over here, or my group frames over here. Let's see, the Pure templates is so I can load templates on other characters. Those really are the big ones. The Amethyst Assist. You got Target Ring that puts the little circle around the target's feet right there. Textured buttons just changes the way the buttons look. Textured button is cool. There's some pretty cool textures. Tome Titan doesn't work. I don't know why I still have that loaded. The Wag Bar, all this up here is, let's move this down here. This is the Wag Bar. This configures all the stuff up here. Shows your frames per second, the amount of money you have. You can change your, with just a click of a button, you can change how you're set up for your right click of the button. This is my renown rank. It shows you maxes and totals and percents. You can change it however you want. Is that my? Yeah, okay. I don't have the XP anymore. That's why it's missing. Because I'm level 40. This is all, like I said, money location. That's all what this is up here. Wag Bar is big. Wag Bar is pretty helpful as well. And then I think I have one more way down here. Yeah, WSC. That's my combat. Like when I attack, it'll show you the what's it called? Scrolling text. There we go. That right there. So down here, this is what Nerfbutton does. It lets it so that you can set up your character to simplify your playing from one button setup. A lot of people don't like that. A lot of people are like, oh, that's cheating, that's gay. It's not cheating. They put it in the game. It's allowed. It's not cheating. It just makes it easier to play your characters instead of having to press 50 million buttons. I can clean up my UI a lot. So, let's go into enemy. Alright, click on enemy add-on. We'll go to configure. Okay, intercom channels. Intercom channels isn't working. But this is all the stuff that you can do with enemy. You have your assist where you can set up your buttons to it'll assist your target. That's what I'm probably going to set something up for because the chat channel isn't working. So, or the intercom channel, I'm sorry, I keep saying chat channel. The intercom channel isn't working, so I'm going to set this up here. But I don't know how to do it correctly yet, so I'll have to fiddle around with that. You got your kill spam. This tells you who's getting killed in the zone, where they're getting killed. This actually helps you find the action when you're playing and you don't know like where anybody is, or if you're running around solo dolo and you're trying to get that your gank mode on. This will tell you, this person was killed in this, near this area or at this location, so you know where the action is. Unit frames is exactly what it is. It's unit frames. That's pretty self-explanatory. You got this. It tells you all the effects, and that's one of the reasons why I have it turned off, because it just gets really, really, really ridiculous with the amount of buffs and debuffs characters can get on them. Group icons just shows you the icons of the characters. You can change the color. Like if I was in a group with another person, or actually, I think if I click on one of these guys, it'll do it. Okay, no, it's not on this. Well, it shows their icon. Like a warrior priest will have the hammer, engineers will have the wrench, knights of the blazing sun will have whatever it is icon for their character class. Scenario alert. Oh, scenario alert. I'm not sure what that is. Scenario info tells you about your scenario. You got your guard, which lets you know who you have guard on, who has guards on other characters, so you don't confuse and like cross guard. That happens a lot during PvP or SCs. You have timer, combat log. I have that off. Talisman alert. I have that off because I don't do talismans. But yeah, enemy add-on is pretty pretty beefy as an add-on. It does a lot of stuff. It's a really good add-on, and if they get it to work properly, it's going to be like one of the premier add-ons. But let's go into my bread and butter. We're going to go to Nerf buttons. Love Nerf buttons. All right, Nerf buttons. I'll show you some of my setups. I'm going to go ahead and load this up. 7. This is my healing setup for this character. And basically what this is, in essence, is... And I found this works so great. Oh, Divine Man, I can't heal him. He's let me go out of here. Because there's a PvP thing that makes it so that I can't heal him. But Divine Man, I could just pretty much cast, and I have everything set on a timer, so Divine Man, once it pops up, it'll Divine Man again. And it won't keep recasting Healing Hands, but it will recast this because of you get the not Healing Hands. Actually, hold on. I think I set that up wrong. Is Healing Hands yeah, no, it's casting Healing Hands again. Don't want to do that. So we're going to go in here. I'll actually show you how to adjust it. So click on Nerf buttons. Click on your button setup. To find out what buttons these are, you're going to go into your key mappings, go into your hotbars, and if you scroll down, it'll tell you what button on the side here. So you usually see why I have button set up, because R is set up on button 7. On hotbar button 7. So that's really easy to figure out what button you have it on. But we're going to go ahead and load button 7. Why is this do? Healing Hands, Divine Aid, virtual cooldown for 3 seconds. See, no, that is incorrect. Incorrect. That virtual cooldown should not be 3 seconds. It should be 15 seconds. And we'll click save, create. And let's see, that's probably why it wasn't working the other day. Divine Min. There we go, Divine Aid. There we go. Now it's going to keep casting Divine Aid, because Divine Aid, you do get the initial 446 hit points. Divine Aid. So that's my single target one. Then go back into Nerf buttons. Click on the Nerf button icon down here. Go to Nerf buttons. 9. Load 9 as my group one. I'm missing something. Am I? Okay, no. So 9 is my group. 9 is set to C. So Poise Restoration. And then just spam, you know, Touch of Divine. And then once Poise Restoration comes back up after the 10-second cooldown, it'll cast it again. So, and you see this is relatively good because it doesn't, for some reason, it just does really, really well spamming these on your Righteous Fury. I also have the Martyr's Blessing. However, since this is a channeled one, I didn't put it on there because this is meant for spamming. This is kind of your, you know, when you're safely behind enemy lines and you got your, you know, AOEs going on, you want to go ahead and throw that up too. And you don't want to move when you do this. You want to try to let this tick out for the full duration before you move. So let me show you my attack sequence I have set up for my attack. So you can set your sequences up however you want to, but this is how I have mine set up. Okay, so I have Vow of Silence, Purge, Sigmar's Fist, Castigation, Weighted Guilt, and Sigmar's Radiance. I don't have Bludgeon on there because I'm not going to be using that. If I'm getting attacked by something, I'm going to be healing as well as doing damage. Bludgeon serves no purpose. However, I have Vow of Silence up here, and I have the conditions. The condition for this one is it goes after the archetypes. This will not cast. This means that this will not cast on any class except for except for a casting class. So if I get attacked by a chosen, this isn't gonna cast. This is for pesky shamans. This is a condition on enhancement, so this will only go off if the target I'm fighting has an enhancement, like the shaman's little shield. This will take care of that. So I can, I'll silence the shaman, take away his little shield, or silence him, start attacking, he'll throw his shield up, hit him with the purge, take away his shield, and then I'll be good to go. And then you have these, and what they'll do is they'll just, it's important that you set these up properly because these have a cooldown. It goes from left to right. So if I was to put this up front, it would never get past this because this has no cooldown. So it would continually cast this. So these have priorities. So even if this has no cooldown, once these come off cooldown, it'll go back to these and it'll go back up until you get back to this. And then once these come off cooldown, it'll rinse and repeat. So that's my setup for that one. Let me show you a couple of my other characters. I'm going to go ahead and log out real quick. And I'll come back on when I have my other characters loaded.